Hello everyone, welcome back to Eclectic. Today I'm answering a question, and this person asked me why every time she went out on vacation, wanted to have a good time, the narcissistic person would treat her horribly and start creating drama and making things awful and ruining things, right? And what I said is it's very common. I've heard this a million times. The typical example, the woman that goes on vacation and she's the one that makes reservations and books the flights and the places where they're going and all that. And then the covert narcissist, once they get to the place they're going on vacation, starts making a lot of problems, starts ruining things for the person, for everybody. And the answer to that is very simple. They need narcissistic supply to regulate themselves constantly. This is constant. If they are particularly depleted of narcissistic supply, they will create a mess so that they can get their narcissistic supply. They can criticize everything you did, everything the person picked at the vacation spot. They can play the victim role, saying that, oh, no, I don't know, a million things, like I shouldn't be here because I had to do this, and you took me out of my house because I needed to do this, and they both are at the best place ever. For example, the best vacation spot with the best hotel at a, I don't know, natural reserve, and they have it outside the door, and they can, it's a perfect place and you have everything there. But the narcissist makes a mess and starts creating drama and making you feel uncomfortable and guilty and that you did everything wrong and so on. And so this is very common and it happens a lot. And maybe they even start devaluing you and all that. So I would like for you to understand why they do this, because many people that are victims of this type of abuse need to know that it's not about them. Although they can know this rationally, but if I tell you this, maybe that'll help you get to the emotional part where you emotionally understand this and really believe it. I've had a lot of clients that have gone through a lot of situations like this, where happy moments like graduations or, for example, baptisms or things that are very meaningful maybe to you, birthdays or vacations especially, like they are at the perfect place, perfect spot, everything is so nice, and then they become dramatic. They need the narcissistic supply to regulate themselves, and they need to be in control of the situation. And if you're going to be happy, they need it to be because you're happy because they are making you feel better. And once they criticize you and all that, and they get to what they want, which is you feeling awful about everything, then they regulate themselves and feel better themselves. So that's the deal for them. It's all about narcissistic supply. And also the focus should be always on them, right? So in their minds. So that too. And also having the capacity to enjoy things. That's something that doesn't happen for them. It's very difficult for them to enjoy simple things. They don't have the ability, the capacity to be happy, to feel joy, to feel pure, joy without any Schadenfreude on the side, which is another point. They need you to feel awful so that they can feel better. So if you're here, I will feel better. That's a narcissistic mindset, okay? If you feel like this, oh, then I feel good, that's good. I'm feeling better. It's like a breath of fresh air for them, or something like, I don't know, a drink when they're thirsty, something like that. So they need you to feel awful and guilty and like I'm not good enough, like I did something wrong, but what is it? Which is very classical confusion, you don't know what you did wrong, but something for sure you did wrong. And that's one of the symptoms of CPTSD after you leave a narcissist, or after you go no contact with your family, for example, that is narcissistic, or some family members. that are narcissistic, you start feeling like that without the person. This is very important because we need to get out of situations like that at the moment we realize we're feeling awful. And this is why I always say, look at how you're feeling. Pay attention to the way you feel after an interaction with a person so that you can know, okay, this person is not toxic because I feel okay. I always compare with food because I like food. And so if you have, for example, I don't know, steamed vegetables, and you feel, usually you feel great after having that, and some rice, for example, you feel great after that. But if you have French fries with, those KFCs, like, they're very good, but they make you feel awful. Like, it's so bad. It's those chicken sticks that are fried and okay, that can ruin your liver. So yeah, that's the same thing. When you eat something that is not good, you don't feel good. So my analogy, very long and extended analogy here, is I want you to understand that when you are with a person that is toxic, you will feel bad after the interaction. Like, something's wrong, I did something wrong, I'm guilty, ugh, I don't feel good. Toxic, maybe toxic, okay? Red flag. So going back to the question, like, they don't have the ability to feel content, happy. So that's why they are dependent on narcissistic supply, because they need your suffering, your attention to regulate themselves. And if they see you being happy and enjoying the day, your vacation, this nice hotel in the middle of a national park, they won't like that. They want to control how you're feeling, so they will start creating drama, and they want you to not feel happy because that way they can feel better. Schadenfreude. This word in German that describes the people that enjoy other people's suffering and makes them feel good. Narcissists do that. They have a relief, a sense of relief when somebody else is not having a good day, or an important date is ruined for them, because that's how they feel better, And it's all linked, like envy. They feel a lot of envy, so they envy other people being happy because that's something they cannot do. It's difficult for them. And this is why the moment they see people that have this going for them, they feel content and okay and joy and happy today and all that. They basically want to get it out of you and put it on them, like something like that. That's why they are emotional vampires, because they need to get it from you. And that's why people feel drained after being in a relationship with a narcissistic person, because you have no more energy. They took all that energy from you. They feel a sense of relief when you're feeling down and bad and guilty and blah. So this is why narcissistic supply, they need it. They create drama because they want you to feel down and bad, and then they want to be sort of the ones that control your emotions. So Schadenfreude, and then the focus should be always on them. That's another reason, because they want everything to be about them. They didn't go to the birthday, or if they go, they play the victim. So everybody's thinking about them. Or if they go to a cool vacation spot and nice and fun, they ruin it because they criticize you, because they don't want you to be happy. So the focus is on them and the drama they created and what you should do to repair that and to make them feel better. The most important part in this video is that you really comprehend that this is how a narcissistic person operates, right? It's a personality disorder, and they will make all these things. They will come up with drama, they will criticize you, they will, make you feel confused and guilty because that's how they get their narcissistic supply, and that's how they regulate themselves. So believe this is the case and really comprehend this, and own it, because accept this. That's the word I was looking for. Radical acceptance. Accept this, because that's how you start healing. Because if you don't, you will live in this fog, fear, obligation, and guilt of saying, oh, maybe I did this, maybe he was right, and the place wasn't perfect. What's perfect? What? Nobody's perfect. Nothing is perfect on earth. So you're better off looking for people that enjoy simple things like you, than to try to please a person that is a bottomless pit where you keep throwing love and support and attention and that, and never enough. It's never enough, because it's bottomless, So understand that, and there's nothing you could have done to make this better. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for being here, for your attention, and for your support. And I will see you next week. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you.